Leadership is like a food chain. Leadership is like a food chain with different functioning parts that each contribute to one synergetic machine with a singular goal in mind. Keep in mind there are many types of food chains, but what makes them similar is that each are comprised of many components that do a specific job in keeping the entire food chain afloat. When I first came into the leadership program, I had this idea in my head that I had to try and be the boss. That's what a leader is, right? The guy who calls the shots and has all these grand ideas in his head with means to fulfill them. That's the guy people want to follow, and that's the guy I wanted to be. I wanted to be a shark, so to say. Sharks are the biggest, baddest fish in the entire ocean, and whatever they want is usually what they get. A shark in a leadership perspective is the person who overtakes an entire operation. With charisma, ideas, or just pure emotional force, a shark is going to control the important aspects of the world around them, and they can count on a lot of people to go along with it. What I didn't realize is that everyone can't just be a shark. Sharks depend on other fish for survival too, even if they aren't as authoritative. These slightly smaller fish, I'll refer to them as tuna, will answer to the shark as a general rule, but they still are predators in their own right. In leadership, the tuna are the people who have a respect for the authority of the sharks, but will still push their own ideals and thoughts to add to the unit. These people are a happy medium that drives the process of achieving goals. The last step in this abbreviated and metaphorical food chain is the plankton. The plankton are the most low-key leaders of the group, and they do so by what looks like not leading at all. Plankton have the singular goal to do what they need to do to survive through simple instinct. For us humans, reaching a goal as a group requires people who play smaller roles too. These are your plankton. Any successful idea needs people to get in and do the dirty work. These could just be any simple tasks, but it needs to be done and done well. The heart and soul of a group effort are the people who physically put blood, sweat, and tears into their work. What I didn't realize as a freshman was that I needed to be a little bit of each step of the food chain. In achieving goals, you need someone at the top to regulate and represent the group as a whole. You can't visibly excite a group of people by being quiet and timid. Sharks are the public speakers, the salesmen, the idealists, or even the rap concert hype men. You need sharks, but you can't have too many or else the source of power will be diluted and the food chain will crumble. You need the tunas too. You need people who know how to listen to the ideas of those people with more power than them, but still have the audacity to be creative and have additions. Sharks may have the big overarching ideas, but the tunas will manipulate those thoughts into coherent actions. Being able to listen and contribute at the same time is a skill that is hard to teach. These skills are applied to your editors, teachers, doctors, and anyone who takes something else and adds what they themselves know. Last of all, you really need the plankton. Without the singular workers, there wouldn't be any food chain at all. The ideas of the sharks and the tunas need to be put into action, and the efforts of the headstrong and determined plankton are what turn ideas into reality. Any labor-intensive job can be described as such, because plankton bring the grit and the grind to working ideas that bring them into fruition. A true leader will try to incorporate all three of the steps. Be a shark when you need to be, but don't overpower. Listen to others, and when you have an idea to complement someone else's, let them know. Put in the work. A leader who sits back and watches the action happen is no leader, just a spectator. What I've learned in my 3.5 years here at James River is that my goal needs to be finding balance between the three. Sometimes I might be a plankton for longer than I should be, and sometimes I get bossy and become the shark that no one likes. With the help of this center, I've began learning when I should be which, but it will take longer than the 4 years of high school. With the tools I've gotten through the program, I trust that sometime in the near future I'll be able to reach my own personal equilibrium.